Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about a state akin to sleep. So we know that a state akin to sleep comes from Neville Goddard, and he talked about how when we immobilize the body to the point of a state akin to sleep, meaning that we are in that kind of theta wave brain and we are almost about to fall asleep, and in that moment is where we kind of impress the subconscious mind with our affirmations or our visualizations, or however it is that we are actually creating an event into our life. So I wanted to bring this up because when we are looking at a state akin to sleep, I wanted to talk about the interpretation of knowing that you don't actually always have to be in this meditative state or in an actual sleepy state in order for you to actually achieve that kind of point of moment where the subconscious mind is being impressed. So what I mean by this is that when we are actually visualizing anything into our life, we want to be coming from obviously the premises of the affirmations that we are continuing to tell ourselves. However, we can have this event where we do something in our day that is related to whatever it is that we are manifesting. So for example, Neville Goddard talks about when you visualize, you actually visualize an event that follows what it is that you achieved. And I think he talks about, for example, if you get a new job and somebody is congratulating you, you actually feel that state where you are actually shaking the hand of your new boss, or you're shaking the hand of somebody who is congratulating you on your new job. So from my interpretation, you do not have to be in a state akin to sleep in order to do this. You can literally be going about your day and you can have that wave of feeling where you actually are in that kind of event where you are accepting the congratulations and you're feeling yourself in that moment where you just know that it is actually done. So how you get into these kind of ways of beings is of course through our habits and our routines. And from my own interpretation, I believe that you can create this whole state akin to sleep by cultivating a habit of an action that you would have if you were somebody who, if you manifested this thing already. So Neville Goddard talks about, I think, something like familiarity. So something that you would do in your day and you would still be doing even if you manifested this thing. So let's say, for example, you're manifesting something that is I don't know, money or a house or whatever it is that you are manifesting, and there's something that you would do after that actually would imply that it has manifested. So let's say, for example, you're manifesting a house and you know the house you want, you're clear on whatever it is you want, and then the next step Neville Goddard would suggest is that you sit down and you kind of have the event in your mind, and you have the event where you are acting in it. So let's say, for example, you are opening the door to your new house with the key, and you can feel the key and you can feel the door opening, and that is kind of your event. You can cultivate that within yourself throughout the day through a formed habit of thought. By every time you go into your own house, every time you go into anybody, any house that you open a key to, you can cultivate the feeling of it being your new house. And it is all about discipline, and it's all about focusing. But in those moments, your body and your mind are telling you, if you tell yourself this, obviously, you are in the new house, you are actually, any door that you open, your body and mind is going to have that kind of feeling. Remember, it is the nervous system that picks up on the feelings and the actual action that you are in the event. So when we sit down and we visualize anything that we want to manifest in our life, it is about what action you would be taking in that actual event. So if you're going to get married as well too, you would have the event, maybe you have the idea of feeling the ring on your finger, as Neville Goddard talks about in his works as well too, but you could have a different idea of that as well too. Maybe you think about the first person you tell when you got engaged. Maybe you think about going to them for a cup of tea, or calling them over, and when you go to your kettle to make the cup of tea, in that moment you say to yourself that this, you're making this cup of tea, and you're because you're being congratulated on your engagement, because you're about to tell the person that the first person that you think about, maybe it's your mom, your dad, or sister, or brother, or whatever it is, about getting engaged. So these are kind of little ways that we get into the state akin to sleep. There are just little things that you do in your own time, in your own mind. It isn't about being perfect. It's about creating the habit of redirecting your mind and reprogramming your mind, because over a period of time, when the mind takes it as natural, that is kind of how it is going to manifest. And the state akin to sleep is, Neville Goddard talks about it in this way, because obviously if we are immobilized and our body is very receptive to whatever it is that we are doing, and our mind is receptive to whatever it is we are doing, it's going to get impressed. But I wanted to bring up the idea that you can also impress it by being mindful of what it is that you are manifesting. So as I say, let's say something that you would do, maybe you boil the kettle for a cup of tea or something because you're about to tell the person that is close to you that you got engaged or something like that. It's the same with money as well too. You actually feel yourself acting you feel the event yourself. So it's like, it's not that when you visualize, that you see yourself actually in the visual. You don't see yourself in the visual. You actually feel yourself in the visual, because you are acting the event. So if you are somebody who could be congratulated on a new job, maybe you see your hand. Perfect, that is grand, because you're actually about to shake the hand of your boss, but you don't see yourself doing it, if that makes sense. You enact it in a way that you are actually feeling like you're doing it in that moment. And that is why we can incorporate a state akin to sleep in our daily habits and in our daily routine, because we don't necessarily have to be asleep to the point of immobilization in order for us to kind of imagine for a second that we are about to tell somebody a great achievement in our life, or we are about to tell somebody close to us that we are about to get married, or whatever it is that you are manifesting into your life. So I just thought I would do a video on that. If you have any questions, you can comment down below, and I will chat to you soon.